Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? I have finished doing that field over there. We did our potatoes in the last episode and it took a while. It took quite a while, but I did finally get you some potatoes as a time-lapse. I've been talking about it for ages and I've been promising and we finally did it. We had over $200,000. I did actually say in the at the end of the episode how much we got, and I made a mistake. Someone pointed it out. I thought I wrote it down, but I can't actually find a piece of paper anywhere, so apparently I haven't wrote it down properly. But yes, I did make a mistake. I got it. I said 200 and something and 50 something dollars, and it was actually 40 something dollars, so I was wrong. Thank you very much for picking me up on the mistake. I absolutely hate it when I make mistakes like that. Anyway, my question that I asked you all last week was, I've got piles of money, and especially now we got the $200,000 extra. That's put us back up to over $1 million. $1 million. We own $1 million. That doesn't get old. I could say that a million. We have $1 million. It sounds so good. It's brilliant. So anyway, I asked you, would you rather I got the Field Viper or the Field Python? I wanted to get one of these tracked tractors. And I suggested that it might be better to get the Field Viper because, you know, it's slightly more economical and I didn't think we'd really need anything this big. However, as always, you rarely listen to anything that I say, so you went for this one, obviously with the maximum engine setup. It's going to be $473,000. We're going to go and get that soon. So that is the one that you went for. The numbers, we had a total of 1,838 votes cast this time round. 395 of you went for the sensible option and asked for the Viper. The other 1,443 votes cast were all for the Field Python. So we will be getting the Field Python. And what I was going to do is just come up through here, and we'll get this bit up through here. Hang on a minute. Yeah, map. Right. So we got a little bit of money left over. Obviously, now that we got that extra 200,000, it's going to make a significant difference. We don't have Field 1 quite as cheap as it could be, but we can afford it as it is right now. So my question for this week is quite a simple one, really. I didn't want to put anything too complex up this week. Well, you know, basically, I couldn't really think of anything better to ask you this week. It's Christmas, and I am trying to have a little bit of a break in between Christmas and New Year before we get right back into it. So I'm sort of keeping the episodes fairly simple this week, so I apologise for that if you don't like it. However, I do want to spend a bit of time with my family this week. So anyway, do you want me to go and buy Field 1 right now, or do you want me to keep doing a few jobs up there on and off, and on Field 1 and 6 so that we can get the maximum discount? It's your vote, it's your game. There'll be a card come up, or there should have already been a card come up. Head in the comment section, tell us why you want me to do what you want me to, what you've asked for, and yeah, that's about it. I was just thinking, in the comment section, my daily discussion today. What did you do for Christmas? If you've, obviously a lot of us do celebrate Christmas, but I'm sure I have some viewers that don't actually celebrate Christmas. Whether your country doesn't celebrate it or you don't celebrate it personally for whatever reason. What did you get up to on December the 25th? That's all we want to know. Let us know what you were doing. I mean, were you working? Are you a farmer? Were you out, half the day feeding your animals? Because I know I have worked on farms on Christmas Day before. You do have to spend several hours feeding the animals before you can sit down to your Christmas dinner. So, yeah, what is Christmas like for you? Let us know, especially if you do something that's a little bit unusual compared to us here in the Western world. I'm in the UK, so I'm sort of similar traditions to quite a few people across Europe and in the States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, those sorts of places. But I know there are big chunks of the world where I do have people watch me that do things completely differently at Christmas. So yeah, I really hope that whatever you did, even if it's just a regular day, I hope that you had fun. I hope that you had a great day, even if it's just like a regular work day, everything else, because Christmas isn't celebrated in your part of the world. You have different set of holidays. I really do hope that you had a good day, whatever it was. So that's for the comment section. Anyway, I'm going to leave this one working away, and we are going to wander up to the shop and see if we can make a new purchase. Okay, we've still got our extra conveyor here, which I'm sure we will use at some point. I do actually mean to use that. And I did just think of the other thing that I was meaning to ask you as part of the weekly question. So we will just bring that up. I'll mention it now. I'll tell you, I'll remind you all at the end of the episode and so on, and you'll still get to vote on it. Things got changed around a little bit on the map when we were having that trouble with getting the potatoes. We really did struggle with that a bit, and I was quite disappointed in how it ultimately worked out. So yeah, do you want me to buy the field up here immediately, or do you want me to do some extra jobs on it to try and get a bit more of a price reduction? That's kind of like the first part of the question. I don't know why I'm cycling through there. The shop is this one. But the other part of the question is, I got to buy that field anyway. Regardless, we are going to buy that field. I also want to buy a combine. So we're going to buy this expensive tractor now, and then the field is going to cost us a lot of money. So really, what I want you to keep in mind is when I buy the field, we'll have a bit of a reflection on which combine we can get. I will ultimately put the combine choice up for a vote. And what I'm most likely going to do is buy the combine, but lease the headers. I'm still not 100% certain. I might be able to buy the combine and the header, and then the extra header, I'll lease that one, but I'm not quite sure yet. Anyway, today we want this one. So, there we go. Right, so, yeah, just keep that in mind. If you want me to buy the field immediately, I won't be able to get as big a combine. Okay, that's what it's going to be boiled down to. So, £473,000 for the biggest engine boost. That is going to give us 492. That goes up to 646 horsepower. That is a beast of a tractor. There we go. We have it. We own it now. So we got 629,000. It's going to cost us, I think it's like nearly 300,000 for that field that we want. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now the proud owners of the Challenger Field Python. Look at that thing. Oh, what a beauty. What an absolute monster of a tractor. Oh, this thing is fantastic. Look at that. Right, we're going to treat this one with the utmost respect. We're going to have a look around. We'll take a look at the artwork. There it is. I don't know how well that's showing up. The sun is reflecting off a little bit, but it's nicely done. That is very nicely done. Back of the tractor here. Is it limited on the type of hitch that it's got? Is there only so many vehicles that we can things that we can pick up with this one? It seems to have a quick hitch kind of system here, really. That's interesting. Right. We've got steps here that you climb up and climb up onto here. Oh, what a beautiful tractor. This thing is fantastic. Absolutely fanschmabulous. I would love to drive one of these in real life. Onboard GPS is fully integrated, factory fitted, of course. Wouldn't have anything else. And it doesn't look like that radio. We got Giants FM. If you look at that radio there, it says Giants FM on there. It's got a CD player, as you'd expect at least, but it doesn't look like it has a USB port so that you can plug your MP3 player in. I'm a bit disappointed. I've just forked out £500,000 on this tractor. I expect a USB port so I can put my MP3 player in. I mean, what is the world coming to? Right. I'll be having a word with the dealer, I think. Okay, let's start this one up. Hang on. Before we do that, I just want to go and shut off the truck over here, because I can hear it in the background, and it's going to spoil the sound of this one as it starts. So we're going to do this from outside. Actually, no, we'll do it from inside first, and then we'll go outside. So, that sounds quiet. Whisper quiet. It actually sounds a bit like the combine when it starts up, really. Let's go out of cab. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Right, it does... okay. To be fair, it sounds a bit of, a bit like the generic tractor sound. I don't know if it's anything particularly special on it. Not quite sure. Anyway, let's see how it handles. I'm using my steering wheel now. So I thought it'd be... It's a little weird not being able to see your steering wheel, but... Oh my goodness me, this is brilliant. That is a seriously sharp turning circle, that is. That is fantastic. I mean, I realise, completely stripping the tracks bare doing that. You would not normally, in any tracked machine, do this. I may not have driven a tracked tractor, but I do drive mini diggers as part of my job, and I am aware of how you're supposed to treat them, and you don't spin sharp on the spot. You can, I suppose, if you're in a field and it's like muddy and you've really got to, you can, but you wouldn't ordinarily do that. Now then, the next thing I'm thinking is, what are we going to get to... I mean, we've got the big trailer. We've got the big trailer, so we can tow the big trailer around. We could go and test that one, I suppose. It doesn't have the fastest road speed, not by a long stretch. And the only other thing, because we own this one now, we own the voucher. I'm thinking that we will probably keep the Stayer on lease anyway, because then that's just going to be our small, our small fertilizer tractor. So that one can just sort of be our dedicated fertilizing machine. This one, it's seriously, it's not the fastest tractor, is it? 26 miles an hour. That's it could do better than that. Our voucher is definitely fast. I think the voucher is 32, isn't it? Some of them, I think, go even faster than that. So we'll run this one back. Let's go in cab a minute and see what it's like in here. I don't know what that is on the steering wheel, the buttons on there. I do have buttons on my car steering wheel, but those are for the radio. I very much doubt that that is actually for the radio. I suspect it's for something else. We'll go and get the trailer. I just want to test out towing the trailer around and see what that's like. I suppose we could actually start doing a bit of work. We'll let that one carry on over there. She's going to carry on doing our field there. It is quite... It's very manoeuvrable. I'm noticing this on the steering wheel. It's quite light on the steering. I'm going to turn sharp down here so that we can see it, and I'll do it from in cab. So I'm going to just suddenly... Oh, quick, right, turn sharp. Yeah, see, it's not like the other tractors. It takes a while to sort of straighten up again, so it spins round more than I'm used to. So it's very responsive. I like it, but I think it's going to take a little bit of getting used to just how responsive the thing is. Let's just spin round here. Back up to the trailer. This is where we find out that we can't actually hitch the trailer on because it's got the wrong type of hitch. Telling you that would be absolutely heartbreaking. Oh, no, it's fine. Okay, there we go. Trailer on. And I'm going to just pop out a cab a minute so we can take a look at this. Don't have anything to put in the trailer. Yeah, see, it's that over-responsiveness on the steering. I'm steering it like I do the regular tractors. And that bit I'm sort of struggling with a little bit. Because you don't need to. You can turn... Now I'm finding out, you turn a lot less than you would normally. The response rate is so good that you hardly have to turn the wheel at all in order to get a good turn on it. And if you go too much, it will oversteer, which becomes an issue. Right, it's slowing down a bit going up the hill, as you'd expect. But I mean, we do have a heavy trailer. I'm curious what it's going to do if we load the thing right up to the gunnels. Absolutely load it right high. Well, that's doing good so far. I'm taking on a little drive. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to drive all the way up to Field 1 with this one. Because ultimately, what we're going to do with Field 1, remember, is we're going to... excuse me. Oh, yeah, Field 1, we're going to buy it, and then we're going to plant it with poplar saplings, and then harvest them. So this particular tractor and trailer, I think, is going to be excellent for doing the harvesting with. We're going to have to lease a forage harvester for doing that harvest, and that is going to be rather expensive, so I do hope that we get enough of them in the field in order to offset the cost. Now, people have told me that both the planting and the harvesting of the poplars is very, very slow. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that yet. I might time-lapse some of it. It will just have to depend on the week when we actually do it as to whether or not I can time-lapse it all or not. I genuinely don't know at this point in time. That'll sort of be something that we will find out when we get to it. So, at the moment, I'm quite impressed with this machine. I really am. And I'm struggling to think, what are we going to do to sort of justify having this monstrous great big tractor? We're going to need something. We've got to have something that, sort of, it justify. I mean, we can't really justify it with just this big tractor on behind. I'm pointing to the tractor behind me. I'm actually pointing over my shoulder. I'm looking at the screen. I'm pointing over my shoulder at the trailer I got behind me. I tend to do that a lot. You probably, if anybody ever actually meets me in real life, you'll probably notice I gesture. If you tie my hands behind my back, I find it difficult to talk. And I'm not kidding. I actually do. Anyway, yeah. So what are we going to get that is going to justify this tractor? We need something. We got small seed drills. I suppose we could get a bigger plough, but again, that's not really full justification. Once we've got this field up here, we are going to need some bigger machinery. We need a bigger combine, and what I'm hoping is that we will own these two tractors, this one and the Valtra, and we will own a combine, and then all the rest of the machinery that we use we will lease. Although it's got to be said, the place that I worked on, because this is what I'm kind of basing Goldcrest series on the business model of the place that I used to work on. And those of you who are new to the channel and haven't seen the older episodes, this is why I lease everything on this map, right? Is because I used to work for someone that did just that. He owned 2 tractors, 2 combines, and 1 forager. Everything else he leased, and in the middle of the summer he would run quite a large number of tractors. He had about 15 tractors, all being driven, and 13 of those tractors were leased. And all of the trailers, all the other machinery, that was all leased machinery. The only thing he owned was 2 tractors, 2 combines, and a forage harvester. He didn't own any land, and he farmed close to 10,000 acres, and he did that every year. Now, I realise that in some places in the States, 10,000 acres is a little more than a hobby farm. However, here in the UK, 10,000 acres is big wherever you go. Right, so at the moment, right, no space for mission vehicles. Move your stuff out of the way. 367,000 at the moment. I reckon we're just over, well, I think we're, 12-14% reduction at the moment. So we're getting another 10%. So we're looking at 320, but around about 330,000. So it will probably save 30 grand if we do some jobs. It's not a huge amount, but I mean, we save 30,000 plus we earn whatever we're going to earn by doing the jobs themselves. That is all going to add up. That will be quite a bit. Just stop this one here for a minute. So yeah, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Field Python. I hope that this is everything that you thought it would be, because quite frankly, I'm quite impressed with it. I know it's a bit overkill, and I agree wholeheartedly with a lot of what you put in the comment sections. A lot of you did say this is just going to be overkill. It's £200,000 that we $200,000, sorry, that we could be spending elsewhere, or $150,000, whatever it ended up being. And yeah, I agree, but at the same time, what a beast! What an absolute beast! I'm so pleased we've got that one. Okay, let's take a look at the job. So we've got 15 minutes. That's going to get us another 6,000. And with that, can we do it with anything else? I'm wondering, can we get a job with a sprayer? Apparently not. We can get different tractors, but it's just going to be the same one every time. Right, ooh. Let's try it with this one. Oh, yeah, I remember doing it with this one. We've got the crop destruction, haven't we? This could be interesting. Let's come back up here. So we get 15 minutes for it. I'm not going to use the GPS. I'm going to try and do this without the GPS. I know that we do have onboard GPS, but yeah, look at that. Look at the absolute destruction of the crop. I hope that it will still count it. I hope that it just sort of counts the field coverage rather than the crop remaining, or we're going to fail this mission because we are not going to be able to cover enough of crop with the amount of destruction that we're about to do using this tractor. Right, how far over can we go? About that far, I think. Oh no, we want to just nudge over this way a little tiny bit. It's just missing a bit down the side. We've got a strip of potatoes down the side. What have we got in this field? I'll have to have a look in a minute. I'll look at that when we finish the mission. So we got 14 minutes to finish this mission. Go on up round here. Can I actually check it on here? Yes, I can. Let's do this very quickly. Very quickly. Growth. Come back. Fruit types. Canola. Right, so we're growing canola. If we harvest it, if we buy this before we harvest it, the canola's not actually going to hurt. That could be a good thing to have. It fetches a reasonable price. It's fairly quick to combine as well. It's a good one to harvest. And we could also get field 6 over beside us. Show you the map there. We got field 1 here. Field 6 just down to the side, owned by the same gentleman. We could have both of these fields. Ooh, I'm way out. Looks like I've been drinking. I've hit the Christmas eggnog. Yeah, okay, let's just ignore that bit, shall we? Let's not look back there anymore. Anyway, I was using this tractor only the other day in Sosnovka. I really do like it. This Black Edition one with the twin wheels. I'm quite impressed with this. It's one of the special edition ones that you get for pre-ordering the game with Giants. Yeah, it was worth it. This one, the Python over there, the Viper that we didn't get, and also the Anaconda, which is the big Challenger, the articulated one. I won't be getting that on this series. I did have a few people saying, oh, could you get the Anaconda instead of one of these two? I won't be getting it on this series. However, I am hoping to get that one eventually on the time-lapse series. I'd like to get the Anaconda and a couple of the other really big tractors. And I'm kind of hoping that before I finish up on Goldcrest with the time-lapse series, I will own every field on the map. After that, I'm not really sure where that series is going to go. I might put it to a vote. I probably won't, though, because I've got to be quite careful about where I take the time-lapse series on, what map I use for it, because it's difficult to get it right. You've got to have a balance between the right fields, the right feel to the map. Whereas a Let's Play series is completely different. Like, I ran a Let's Play series on some quite small maps in FS15. And it sort of fit quite well with the theme that I picked out for it. But I wouldn't have been able to do a time-lapse series on those maps. It just wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have been practical, and I don't think it would have looked good. I think we'd have only gotten a couple of episodes out of it, and then it would have grown fairly samey and dull. So most likely I won't give anybody the choice as to what map I do for the time-lapse. I'll wait and I'll find one. There is one coming up. Daggerwin actually did a first look on his channel. It's Rattlesnake Valley, it's called. And that one looks really good. It's a 4 times map, so it's actually 4 times bigger than this map. Which is absolutely huge. 4 times bigger than this map. That is absolutely massive. So if I start doing the time-lapse series on that map, I will... Yeah, we get a lot of episodes out of that. That would run for quite a while. But I need to keep in mind that I ran a question on the channel a little while ago, and I'll probably stick an update sometime in the next few days just to let you all know what's going on. And I was asking you, do you want me to play other games or do you want me to do extra time-lapse? Most of you, no surprise really, said you wanted extra time-lapse. So I'm going to be doing extra time-lapse. From January the 1st, I will start doing extra time-lapses. It might end up meaning that I can't do the odd 5-minute bit clips in my regular Let's Plays, because I don't think I'll have time to fit them in as well. But what I'll be doing is that I will continue releasing my regular Let's Plays at 4 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time. It's always 4 o'clock GMT time, 6 days a week. That's when these episodes go live. And then the time-lapse has always been going live at 2 p.m. GMT on Sunday. I will add an extra time-lapse that will go live on Wednesday. So you'll have one in the middle of the week on Wednesday and another one on Sunday. And that will be 2 p.m. as well. So you'll have your regular 6 episodes of Let's Play like we're doing right now, and you'll have 2 time-lapses, one on Wednesday at 2 o'clock and one on Sunday at 2 o'clock. So we should be we'll be getting roughly 12 hours of gameplay in every week then, which should make a big difference. So if we go to a massive map like Rattlesnake Valley, we will at least progress a little bit, because that was my biggest concern with going on a 4x map, was even time-lapsing it, I wouldn't be able to progress like the story fast enough, but I think we'll be just fine. Anyway, I'm just going to quickly finish up this mission, and then I will get back to you and we can wrap things up. Well, it's very nearly finished there. One thing that I did notice about this tractor that I didn't actually mention on Sosnovka, and I will mention it now, is it's got the twin wheels, and you'll notice now that the crop destruction works perfectly on the twin wheels. However, it's not actually leaving any wheel prints on the ground. If you look behind here and look down close to the ground, you'll see that we're only getting one set of actual wheel prints on the ground. The other set aren't showing up, and it's only a very minor detail, and you wouldn't really notice it, especially going through the crop because of the destruction. But it is slightly annoying. That's the kind of detail that does get to me sometimes. So what do we got? We got $8,000. Another $8,000 to add to the kitty. And that one there, I think, let's just quickly go, not growth, fertilised. Right, it does need ploughing. Oh, there's only one stage, so we get a couple of jobs. That's got no stages fertiliser on it at all, so we'll get some jobs on there as well. Soil composition, that's all cultivated, that's cultivated. We got these 3 to plant, and so we're going to be buying this one, and we're looking at 330,000. Then if we take a look at the combines, that's going to leave us with about $300,000. I was wondering about maybe something like this Massey Ferguson here, or the Russell Mash. I was actually hoping to get something bigger, but I don't think that's really going to be an option. We could go for the Fent. That one, I don't know, that's 220,000. And then the smaller Russell Mash, the 595. We had the 760 on Sandy Bay, and that was a really good combine. I was really impressed with that one. This one here, the Actual Flow 285, that could be quite good. The case one. And that one goes with, you're looking at, well, surely it's the next case header, isn't it? It's got to be that one. Actual Flow 7130, that goes with that. That's $46,000 for that. Crumbs. We might actually have to lease the header. We could definitely buy the combine, I think. But I'll eventually put that up for a vote. So, yeah. It is, it does fit the 7130. Right, so I will eventually put this up for a vote. Probably be a choice between these 3 here, I should think. But anyway, the question for this week is, do you want me to buy Field 1 right now? And we can have a look at it at the moment. At the moment, Field 1 is $358,000. Or do you want me to finish doing enough jobs so that we get the maximum discount, which is going to knock it down, I would guess, another $30,000, which means we've got 30 grand to spend on something else, and we'll get a bit of money doing the jobs as well. So it'll increase our funds, and sort of, I'm personally hoping you say wait and don't buy the combine, don't buy the field immediately, because then we'll be able to get a better combine, and we'll be able to get a bigger discount. I don't want to struggle for the combine, and it is going to make us struggle a bit. Also, if we get the bigger discount, we're more likely to be able to buy a bit more land sooner than if we rush in and buy it. So that's my personal preference, but it's your vote, it's your game. Head into the comment section, let us all know why you're picking the one that you're picking. And, of course, don't forget to vote. Mouse over the top right-hand corner of the screen and click on the little white circle and cast your vote up there. If you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give me a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.